Okay, let's just talk wax extraction, or better yet, solar wax extraction or melting. This is a kind of a close-up of my extractor that you can find under G, that's G-W-O-O-S-T-E-R, G Wooster, on YouTube, and we'll discuss a little bit about how I extract my wax. As you can see, this is nothing more than a sweater box and has a semi-transparent lid. If I open this up carefully and show you what's inside, it looks something like that. Okay, so you can see the raw wax that's being melted and remelted, and down there is, on the bottom, is a what I use is a bread pen to catch it. Couple of flip latches up here, and on the bottom keep it closed. When it melts the wax, it forms a cake like this right here, or like this, and I've dug some of this out here because it had some honey in it and I've washed all that out. Once that's done, then you take this wax that you see here, which is in a semi-finished state, after it comes out of the extractor, and then you put it in a large pan with boiling water. You do this outside, okay, because you don't want to have an explosion of wax and fire inside a house, okay. So you do this outside. You put about 2 to 3 inches of water in the bottom of the pan, and then you pile all of this wax here in, and then you heat it up slowly to a very slow boil, and you don't go beyond the slow boil, because you don't want this to boil over and ignite. So when you're done, you turn to, after all the wax is melted, it will separate from the water and all the debris that might be still left in it, and the honey and little bits of whatever, and it'll settle to the bottom underneath in the water, and the wax will be liquid on top. You ladle that off into a container, the shape of which you might have guessed here is probably a cottage cheese container or something similar, but this gives you an idea. Let me set the camera down just a bit here, and I'll open this up so you can really see how pretty it is. But this is the finished product, okay, and this is the bottom of it, okay. So you can see the indent of the container. So there you go. Turned around, and sideways. And that basically is capping wax. The slum gum that remains from pieces of bird comb and that sort of thing, and maybe even old frames, you want not to really press that too hard to get the wax out of it. That's really a 3rd or 4th grade wax, and it's not really, it might even be filled with contaminants, not the least of which might be concentrated pesticides, insecticides that may have been even in the wax of any beekeeper's wax, because that's the real world today. No matter how we try, it's being hauled into our hives, and it's even being used in our hives. I don't particularly use insecticides and pesticides around my hives, and even stuff that you buy to take care of different problems in the hive, with the exception of European American foul brood, that sort of thing, nosema, but whatever appears naturally in the hive is what I use, and I use other natural systems that can be created to control, say, the beetle, the hive beetle, and the varroa mite. It's a challenge, but it can be done. Not commercially probably, but it can for the hobbyist. Having said that, you see, it's like a 3-stage process. You take your cappings, you put them in here, they melt down in the pan, and they come out here. I put mine in the freezer after I take them out, and that shrinks the wax, and then I turn it upside down and bang it on something hard, and they pop out. And then these 2 things here, however many I have, these are the cappings from my last extraction of 13 supers, they go into the boiling water, and this is the end product here. So I have I have many stacks of these, and then I trade them in to have my own foundation, which I turn over into new boxes of foundation, which can be drawn out either for cut comb or for spun honey. So that's how we do it. Well, that's how I do it. So just a thought. May help somebody. I hope it does. This is G. Wooster signing off.